Welcome into episode 9 of Barbershop on Broad, powered by Phillies Sports Reports. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys coming back, joining another electric episode with us today. I'm your host, Steve Lawler, joined yet again by our college basketball aficionado, Mr. Gus Barber. And Gus, there is a loaded show today, Tuesday night, presented a very happy night for the city of Philadelphia. The 76ers have drafted a new point guard. What's this going to look like for the landscape of the 76ers and the Phillies? They have yes, not just one, but two miraculous comebacks as they defeat the Nationals in historic fashion. We'll go over the numbers. We'll break it all down for you. We'll talk a little wrestling towards the end because later on this week, there is a pay-per-view on the WWE scene. So we will talk just a little bit of that. And Gus, man, it's been a pretty crazy 24 hours, man. How you feeling?
Whew. Wow, oh, wow. It's been eventful, but yeah, Sixers got a new guard. The Phillies have been on a miraculous playing style the last couple, weeks, and a real encapsulating win the other night. Yeah, we're gonna get into everything, but so far not bad.
It really alleviated a lot of the stress, and we're gonna jump right into that Sixers conversation because at pick 22, the 76ers selected guard out of Alabama, Labaron Philon Jr., and I believe that's how we pronounce the name.
That's
and of course,
exactly how you pronounce it. So
if
great
you
job
look
on
how
you.
it's spelled, LeBaron kind of looks like LeBron. I heard somebody say LeBron earlier. So just
I
to
immediately
clarify,
went. I immediately went to the last name being Philon with the PH. That fits perfectly with the Philly. The PH. He's gonna get in perfectly, I think, with the name
he's a
LeBaron
Philadelphia. He's a
LeBaron
Philadelphian
Philon.
through and through. But yes, guard out of Alabama. And Gus, you are around these parts, and I say these parts of the suburbs. You are the college basketball aficionado. You're also our betting aficionado come football season. Fully expect everybody listening and watching on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube to take Gus's bets because I'm telling you, he's going to win you some money. So just be prepared for that. But Gus,
We should
what do you
figure out a
think?
graphic to keep
Yeah,
my winnings and like my total. How many I'm good for, my percentage.
you're going to have to screenshot your FanDuel account page each week. We'll tally it and we'll keep a running tab of it.
We'll just see like my picks on here. We'll see how many we get to keep. We'll keep a ongoing graphic. But yeah, I like to say I'm the betting aficionado, try to win some money, but obviously watch a lot of college basketball.
Yeah, so you know your ball, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
hand this one off to you. What do you think? Because a lot of people thought this pick was interesting on some fronts. Obviously, he's a guard, so you drafted a guard last year, by the way, in VJ Edgecombe. So
Mhm.
you have Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe as your two guards there. This is obviously some depth type of a move rather than go out and get a forward or even like a center or some massive starting position. So a lot of people, I heard some complaints that people didn't like the fact that the Sixers went for depth rather than addressing some potential, forward and let's just call it a center issue. And what's your take on it? Do you like Philon Jr.? Do you think he's going to be a productive member for the Sixers in 2026? What's your take on it?
So I'll start this off in three pieces. So first off, I'll start with the pick. How do I like the pick? I really like the pick. LeBaron Philon Jr. was a sophomore 2 years ago coming out of high school. He was a top recruit coming out of his class. He was an Alabama kid from Mobile, Alabama, stayed at Alabama, played for Nate Oates at Alabama. And his freshman year, he had a slow year. I think he only averaged like 10 points a game. Didn't really do much. Slow transition. Could have came out last year, though, because obviously if you're a top recruit coming out of high school, even if you have a bad year your freshman year, you're going to get looks at in the draft. Everybody told him to stay another year. These are the things you got to work on these things, show us some more, and come out next year. He did exactly that. He came back, played this last year, absolutely balled out, improved a lot on some of the things that people were worried about or that said he needs to improve on. So that was real good. And he's a three-way player as a point guard. He can score, he can shoot, he can drive at the rim, he can create his own shot, he can work off the dribble. He was projected, I think, on three different sites like Yahoo, ESPN, and NBA.com projection wise 12, 13, and then 19 or 18, I believe. So he was projected to be a lottery pick. He fell a little bit. I'm not sure exactly why he fell, but he fell a little bit. And it's an absolute home run of a hit for the Sixers. The upside is huge. He balled out in college. I'm trying to pull out some of his stats exactly. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so he as a freshman he only averaged 10 points. This past year as a sophomore he came back, played under Nate Oates, who Alabama's system is a lot like a professional system. They like to go up and down. They like to go quick. They like to go in transition, a lot like how the NBA style is. This past year, though, he averaged 22 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 50% field goal percentage, and 40% 3-point percentage with an 80% free throw. He's got it all. And then you look at some of the things that what he improved on from a freshman to a sophomore, he improved his jump shot by 20%. Obviously, he's got over 12 more points from his freshman to sophomore year. Some of the things that he had to work on that people told him at, like his shot, going to the rim, his playmaking, he improved all of those. He was a real good pick. I think it's just a player that fell in the draft. And to piggyback your second question, what is it, should the Sixers went with a little bit more of a need with a wing, maybe a center? This was clearly just pick the best player available because his upside is so high. You picked a guard last year with VJ Edgecombe. You already have Tyrese Maxey. You just got rid of Jared McCain. This is the pick you used on him. You get a guard back. I think it's a very high ceiling guard. Unless there were certain players there, I would have preferred them, but I think this is a home run hit. I think in the draft, sometimes you just got to pick for best player available. He was by far none the best player available. I think it's a great hit for the Sixers. Just keep accumulating talent as much as you can. And how is he going to play going forward to the Sixers? I think he's going to, be a big impact on this team. Obviously, like I said, in the playoffs, one thing that the Sixers struggled a lot with was bench guard play. Obviously, you could have used a lot of that from Jared McCain, but there's been rumors that Nick Nurse didn't really like Jared McCain, didn't fit his system. Well, this is a guy that's going to fit Nick Nurse's system perfectly. He's a three-way scorer, like I said. He can create his own shot. He's going to work well with either VJ Edgecombe or Tyrese Maxey. His game fits either one of them. So I think this is honestly a home run hit. If I had to grade it, I'd say A minus.
Wow, so it's still pretty high. Like it's not, you know, like you'd mentioned, there's definitely a lot of upside, and you mentioned something that a lot of professional sports drafts include, and it is, do you draft for need or do you draft by the best guy available at that pick? And typically, I would say you should draft for need, and by that I don't mean just like tunnel vision, hone in on one position, but there's also a circumstance when you're kind of in the back part of a first round, or in NFL when you go into an early second round, that it's probably better just to get who's the best guy remaining, and at that point you can kind of run with it. And in reality, there's not a bad selection by the Sixers here, right? Like if you went wing or went center, there's always an argument that that was a good pick, right?
But especially just for with the need and everything.
Exactly.
But you look at the players and the talent and the upside. This was by far a guy that had the highest upside. Like we said, he was supposed to be a projected lottery pick and just fell. Now, I'm a huge Michigan Wolverines fan. I saw 3 Wolverines get picked last night. Kind of confused the first one going to the certain person, Morez Johnson. Didn't think he was going to be the first Michigan off the board, but he was. But obviously the Wolverines won this past year, won the Natty. They versed Alabama in the Sweet 16, and Michigan was clear by far none the best team all around last year. They showed it. They won it all last year. But even in March Madness, they really turned it on, specifically defensively. They were by far none the best defensive team. And Philon's stats against Michigan that night, I remember he was going off, but I don't remember the official stat line. And then I pulled it up today. He had 35 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 10 for 21 field goal percentage, 4 for 7, or 10 for 21 for field goals, 4 for 7 from the three. Tied for the second highest scoring performance of the tournament.
That's an efficient stat line right there.
Against the best defense in March Madness.
That
just goes to show you the level and the kind of performer he is.
So about 6'2". I think they said they have him at like 185. I think I saw.
Yeah, but like you got to think of it like this.
He's a smaller guard, but
he's 6'2" with no shoes. He's 6'4" probably with shoes.
Yeah, I think his. I looked up his build height or whatever. It said 6'4", but the draft pools and everything said
I think because
6'2".
college they measure them with shoes on. The NBA combine and everything they do officially with no shoes. So combine he's 6'2", with shoes he's 6'4".
Gotcha.
But it's all about the wingspan. I got to figure out his wingspan.
Yeah, because that's another thing. That is a more important stat usually in basketball than height, because people with a crazy wingspan can cover and essentially control a lot more area on their part of the court, wherever they may be. So wingspan, I mean, at its purest, may be the best metric. Like, essentially, you got a really large wingspan, especially if you're down by the net, you're probably going to be an elite player just based on that alone. Now, granted, there's obviously some growing pains with rookies who may happen to be gigantic, whatever, they could be great. But yeah, it is, a pretty interesting pick. It seems like the city is, and I'm glad, because, and I'm going to just be transparent here. I'm not a college basketball guy. I'm not really a college sports guy, quite frankly.
Oh, I love college sports.
I know and thankfully I have you, because you're able to guide this a little bit. But I've noticed listening on the airwaves today and going through Twitter, nobody really knows fully what we can expect from him. But I think Labaron Philon Jr. can be a bit of a shining star in this upcoming season. It seems like, from what I've heard, some stuff that I've been reading, this is a guy that makes the
You've
impact.
Been reading, Steve?
Dude, it's dangerous.
You've been reading. Oh no.
They got me hooked on reading. Once, you start putting that thing down, you're unstoppable. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad they seemingly, because obviously Daryl Morey's no longer the GM of the squad.
Yeah.
You're trying to kind of rewrite a new chapter in the Sixers book, although you're still Paul George, still Joel Embiid. There is some carryover from the old regime, but typically, I would mark today, or yesterday technically, as the new foundational landmark of whatever this Sixers era is going to become. The Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and now you can include Philon Jr. in that mix.
It's going to be a small lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if at times you see three point guards at a time. It's that kind of,
Well, they better start shooting, because that has been an issue. And obviously, two players that the Sixers are looking to re-sign, Quentin Grimes and Kelly Oubre Jr. So
I think this is the Quentin Grimes replacement.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Yeah. I think that's probably your replacement. Maybe they will allocate the money for Kelly Oubre, because, again, like you mentioned, in basketball, you typically can run out different units, and the Sixers won't have a lot of options. And maybe that's not a huge deal if you're shooting and you're making your shots, but you're going to be so dependent on good shots where, like, if you can't get rebounds, you're going to lose games. Like, it's just flat out, like, you have nobody that can go up and get a ball. So,
and my whole thing
it's a dangerous game.
Yeah, you really want to look, because I really think the players that you draft that it means something to them to get drafted. It means something to them to play in the NBA. They're not just doing it for the money and the fame, kind of like Ben Simmons, I feel like. But
Yeah.
if you have certain guys who cares about it, and you saw the reaction from VJ Edgecombe last year get drafted, and this guy this year, he showed the reaction. We have the video. I'm going to pull it up right
Sure.
now. This is Philon Jr. getting drafted last night by the Philadelphia 76ers.
22nd pick in the 2026 NBA draft. The Philadelphia 70 selectors. The Philadelphia
Yes, 70
76ers
selectors.
select Labaron Philon Jr. from the University of Alabama.
This is some of the most emotion we've seen tonight. And Labaron Philon, he's from Mobile, Alabama, the area. He stayed close to home for college. He went through the draft process last season, and ultimately he decided to go back to school. And by all accounts, Bobby, this young man, he put in the work. He took all the feedback. He improved his outside shooting. He had that notable 35-point performance in the Sweet 16.
Shout out to ESPN for that. And two notes there. Adam Silver is a jackass. Number two, the emotion there is it's cool just to see somebody kind of appreciate the moment they get drafted. Like, you're there knowing you're gonna get drafted, but it's about the team calling you. We've seen it for NFL where families start going crazy because it's like you got the call, like you're on the team now, you made it. The journey truly has just begun, right? Like you worked so hard just to get to this moment, and now the hard work begins. If it shows up, you're gonna turn out to be a pretty damn good player. That is yet to be seen, right? Like, I think the excitement is certainly ahead of us, but I think this is gonna be, again, I like that we're all kind of walking into this like, you know what? Let's see what he can give you. And now, again, we're gonna need him to play some considerable minutes. Maxey played nearly, I think he averaged nearly 40 minutes a game last year, so that is just it's a very heavy workload.
This might give you the ability to rest some guys,
You're gonna
sit some
have
guys
to.
down, play some different lineups, and you don't have to worry about your guard play because you can say all you want. The NBA style is heavily, I can't talk. It's heavily dependent on your guard play and how successful you can be.
Sure. Like it is quick guard play, just quick movements and sequences, and there's the bigs are, it's not really this era. It doesn't fit this era for the NBA. So I mean, and honestly, even a lot of the bigs are a little more agile now, so they're trying to complement this quicker style. But you're right. I think the Sixers definitely got their work cut out for them. Of course, it's not fully done yet. They're still going to make some headway. But yes, it is going to be a very exciting moment for the 76ers. As we take a look at the other side of the complex, the Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Nationals 14-9 Tuesday night. Now, it was not that easy the entire time. You see, the Phillies were down early. Jesus Luzardo got us in a hole. It was 5-0 at one point. It felt like one of those games where we were just going to fall down and die. And I've seen enough of those games this year alone to give me that feeling. Because the Titans, they somehow come back two different instances in the 8th and the 9th inning. I cannot believe they pulled that off. I'm going to go on record now saying that was the best Phillies regular season win in the last 20 years.
Okay, I don't know about that, buddy.
Find me another one. Find me another game where we actually put up that much of a fight late. Especially after
it was a great game, but the best regular season win in the last 20 years. I can, the Phillies clinching a playoff spot in 2007, the Roy Halladay game of Zach Wheeler a couple years ago, the Roy Halladay's perfect game. Those are just
fine. Let me put an addendum to it. How about this? Best comeback in the last 20 years.
That's better. That is better. I don't know. The Bryce Harper grand slam against the Cubs.
Off Derek Holland. Yeah. Yep. That was the walk-off grand slam. That was great. Bryson Stott and Harp against the Angels back in 22.
Yes.
That was a good
There's
game.
been a couple, but this was it's definitely up there. It's definitely one of it's the biggest win of the season, and it goes to show you what this team is trying to do the rest of the season. I feel like that was a game yesterday that a couple, the last couple Phillies teams, they would have fought back. They would have, took the lead in the 8th like they did, gave up the lead in the bottom of the 8th, and they would have just rolled over and died.
Yep.
Where this team, they fought to the very end. 2 outs, Steven. They scored 9 runs. It was insane.
We have the clip. So how it starts is top of the 8th inning. The Phillies are down 5-3. It feels like, okay, we squandered a few opportunities. We're probably going to lose the game. But I forget who was on first. But then Bryson Stott gets hit by the pitch right at about the midsection here. That sets up a bases loaded situation for JT Realmuto. Now check this out. As JT lines it out in the right field, presumably going to end the 8th inning. And, some magic, some almost playoff magic takes off.
Runners go. Pitch is whacked out toward right field. Here comes Wood, and he makes the diving attempt and rolls out of his glove, and then he kicks it. The bases will be clear, and the Phillies have taken the lead. JT Realmuto comes through.
Credit to NBC Sports Philadelphia for that. And yes, I say playoff magic, and it was magical because James Wood should have made that catch. He fumbled it right on the grass, and he kicked it away. So, again, I saw the play was setting up, the ball was dropping, James was running under it, and I'm like, damn it, we can't catch a break.
As soon as he caught it, I was like,
we never get those.
I was like, of course it's James Wood too, their best player, one of the best young players in the league, and it just slowly just trickled out of his glove, and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, did that pop out? And then you see the ball kick away from him, and I'm like, that just popped out.
And so at that point, the Phillies now lead 6-5. Okay, Phillies fans on Twitter were going crazy. Okay, every group chat I was in blowing up because now we're like, oh my god, but now we got to win this game surely.
Yeah.
And just for the record, and my family can back me up on this. Going into the bottom of the 8th, the Ryan Kirkering comes on. He hits Dylan Cruz. Garcia ended up reaching from a single, so then he ends up stealing. So like now you have 2 guys on, and I joked with my family. I said, and now here goes a 3-run homer to right field. Well, I was wrong. It was a 3-run homer to center. Jorbi Vivas hits a 3-run go-ahead homer.
Say that name again?
I think, is it Jorbi? I don't
know. It could be right. I just like the way you said it.
I think it's Jorbi Vivas. Well,
that was cool.
He
I like that.
mashes a 3-run homer off Kirkring, dead center. Puts the Nationals up. Yeah, we need the boost for that one. Puts them up 8-6. So now, of course, bottom of the 8th, as Phillies fans, we saw the comeback. We came back, took the lead, and we blew it immediately. So we're deflated. It feels like, okay, this is the worst. Well, now we get a chance to bat top of the 9th. And Edmundo Sosa strikes out. Justin Crawford strikes out. And I said,
yeah,
great.
We're
Who's
cooked.
up? Who's up?
That's what I mean. That's one of those times where
Trey
it's like I feel like the old Phillies would have just rolled over. He struck out back to back to start the 9th. You're down to your last out. You already lost the momentum. That's a game that they would have just caught over and died.
Trey Turner starts the 2-out rally of just getting a base hit, and that is the simplest advice for any baseball players. Just get on base. Just make something happen.
Yep.
Trey Turner gets a base hit. Brandon Marsh comes up, and he's been in my opinion,
he's Mr. Philly.
The Philly All-Star. I know Sanchez
MVP.
has been really good, but if we're going to give an MVP award, I think Brandon Marsh deserves it this year.
Well, it probably would be Christopher Sanchez, but hitter-wise, fielder-wise, it's obviously Marsh.
I may slightly give it to Marsh this year, but it was a tremendous moment. I know we have that Marsh homer as well, so let's play it for him.
Fly ball deep to right field. Woods going back. This game is tied.
Absolutely nuked it.
For Brandon Marsh. It's an 8-8 game.
And ironically, Tom, a sweeper by Kirkering, it didn't sweep. Gave up the home run, and that one was a sweeper that didn't sweep.
And then you saw Bryce there coming up next. He gets on base. Derek Hill gets on base. I believe both were from singles.
Mhm.
And then Bryson Stott is up at the plate. So now it's 8-8, top of the ninth. Can the Phillies, can they make it rain? I think they can.
They got all the momentum in the world now.
Bryson Stott smokes one to
baby.
deep right field toward the pole. It is gone. He did it. A 3-run explosion for Bryson Stott, and the Phillies are back on top. It's 11-8.
People like to, clown on
I think
McCarthy
Durant's
and
gonna
give
get
him a lot of
ramped up
heat.
now.
That call by McCarthy
Dude,
right there was
chills.
absolutely perfect. He is going back, sees it's about to hit the foul pole or something, waits to make sure, hits him with the big gone, and then, a 3-run explosion, hits it perfectly. Oh, that was a great
You
call
can
by
hear he's
McCarthy.
in the red, but he's holding
Yeah.
it so well where it's like, yes, this is the excitement you need
Mhm.
on that call. And I love John Kruk. You could just hear him chime in where he goes, "Oh my God." And like it's the shock value to go along with T-Mac calling the home run. And that is the fan experience. And Bryson Stott hits that go-ahead 3-run homer. The Phillies put up a couple more runs in the ninth. And, the Nationals tried to battle in the bottom of the ninth. They only get a solo shot. But yes, Ryan Kirkering will get the blown save, and technically in the books. But he also gets the win. So shout out to Ryan Kirkering. But, not really because
It's amazing.
He
How does he get the win there? That's
he
crazy.
surrenders what would have been the game and somehow escapes. But this is just one of those games that instills the identity of this team. And oh, by the way, for what it's worth, Kyle Schwarber was out of the lineup for back tightness. Now, as of this recording on Wednesday's game, he's also out of the game for back tightness. Mattingly says it is just a precautionary, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But
you lead the league in home runs,
do.
you can do whatever you want.
And you know what? When your team can figure out a way to score 14 without you, maybe we're okay. Maybe
Plus, I don't mind this
Make it
because
work.
I haven't seen the lineup for tonight's game of this recording. Like we said, it is Wednesday, but I don't. You could get Harper off his feet. Just let him DH a game.
He is the
and
DH tonight.
Is he okay? Okay, cool. Yeah. So what is Bone playing first then?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Okay. So that could be honestly back-to-back games to get Harper off his feet and let him DH both games.
You know what? It's not a bad idea. The opportunities you get to give these guys rest, we should take it.
Yeah.
But it was great. And so again, this all kind of piggybacks off Jesus Luzardo's start. So he goes 6 2/3, 5 earned runs, 13 strikeouts. So that was tied for a career high. And Luzardo has such a up and down cycle. He's either giving up like 2 runs a start or he's giving up 5 runs a start. And
that stat line itself
it's
is just
ugly.
amazing to me. He gave up 5 earned runs, but he struck out 13. It's like, all right, so it's like a
good.
strikeout hit, strikeout hit, strikeout hit. It's like, yeah, what is it? Is it good? Is it not? I don't know.
At 6 2/3, I'm happy with the innings. Man, it's not like he lasted 3 innings. It's kind of like,
No.
all right, well, I mean, I would say it's I can settle on the good stat line.
B flat.
B flat is fine. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like nothing to brag about, but far from his worst. Like it looks a little wonky, but I think that start, is not something that we need to necessarily go crazy about. So the Phillies move up to 43-36 on the year, and now Gus, they are only 5.5 games behind the Atlanta Braves, chasing the NL East. I didn't realize they could actually come back and maybe make a division run. Yet
Yeah,
here
Braves
we
having
are.
a tough last 10 games. I think
Yeah,
they're
they are.
3 and of this recording, they're 3-7 their last
Yep.
10.
Mhm.
Braves are just falling apart. And yeah, as baseball fans, we know a 5.5 game lead that can be erased away very easily in a 2-week span. A good 2 weeks that can be erased like that. So it's going to be an interesting race. The Phillies are starting to play good ball. A lot of holes still to fill, but they're playing good ball. And the Braves, are they starting to fall apart? No Acuna for them. So is it time to officially say that it's shot with Acuna? Like being one of the greatest players in the game, like while he's playing.
It may be. I really.
Because there was a
did
period of
think-
time he was a
yeah.
top 3 player in all of
I thought he was
baseball.
going to be like an Otani level.
Yeah.
I mean, I still kind of feel that way about Yohan.
It's no offense against him. It's just one of those guys. He has all the talent in the world, all the potential in the world, and injuries just The injury bug got him.
Yeah, I mean the Braves are obviously better this year, but he's still struggling with an injury issue.
Yeah, I think
It's
the
weird.
last update of him is that he's nowhere near close to coming back. So
Yeah, it may be because I think he's our age or maybe a little old, like maybe a year older than
I
us.
think he's like our age, 27, 28, 29, somewhere
So like
around there.
he's not going to be able like he's not that young anymore in sports terms. Like
The injuries are really starting to toll
like
and
he's
stuff.
probably got
and
a
they're
body
like,
of like a 34-year-old
he's not
baseball player. Like
time now where like he sprains an ankle, it comes back like that. Like it's gonna take him a while. So
yeah,
it's
it'll
upsetting.
get ugly.
Yeah, and a lot of holes for the Phillies, but have they figured out the fifth starter, Steven?
Alan Runhell, 5 innings. I think it
Yes.
was 2 earned runs or 3 earned runs the other day, and you know, I think he's going to do terrible. I think he's just bound because he's not that good of a pitcher.
At this point, you just need efficient inning fillers.
I agree.
And
5
obviously
innings is perfect.
Yeah, you weren't getting it from Andrew Painter. You give me 5 innings, 2, 3 runs. Heck, I'll even take 4 runs at certain times if we're able to score 4. If you can give me that every single start, you're going to be up here up until the trade deadline. You're going to. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
We just need a guy who can't only goes 3 and gives up 7. Like we just you need a guy who can eat innings as the 5th starter. And you know what? 5 innings and 4 earned runs or less, I'll take that. Every start, that's fine with me. Alan Runhell may be the guy, at least for now. Like you said, the deadline's approaching. They will almost certainly fill that with a new pitcher. But until then, maybe we found our guy. All right, guys, before we wrap things up here, coming up this Saturday at 2
before we get to that, real quick, we have another professional draft for a Philly sports team this week.
Do we?
NHL draft coming up for the Philadelphia Flyers June 26th and 27th. I think it's Friday, Saturday. What's today? Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
So I think the Flyers have the 20. I think it's the 21st pick, 22nd pick, somewhere in there. But yeah, gonna have another professional draft. So obviously gonna talk Flyers, talk about our prospects, maybe try to get somebody on and little Flyers with us. You never know. You never know.
Any players sticking out for you think?
Nothing particular. But there's, I think at this point you need to go a center, defenseman, or goalie. You just can't go a winger. You just can't go wing. We are already so many wings.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good advice. I like it. I think it makes sense. We know how this team was operating, this year, and obviously you get to a point where, similar to the Sixers, you kind of know your deficiencies and the thing that kept you from winning it all. I mean, that's the one thing, right? You can be glad it's an obvious problem because you can fix it and draft for that replacement. But yes, it'll be exciting, and we'll keep that in mind. We'll definitely mention that for our next week's episode of Barbershop on Broad. But yes, this Saturday, 2 p.m., WWE is hosting their Night of Champions pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Yes, 2 p.m. start time. So it is going to be an early one for you, Gus. We're going to see the King of the Ring finals for the men's and women's matches. Of course, Jey Uso taking on Obafemi, Io Sky taking on Liv Morgan, and, another match that's going to stand out, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins in a steel cage match. What do you think this pay-per-view is going to be like? Because on paper, I got to say, I'm actually a little more excited for this card than I have been in the past.
There's a couple exciting matches. Obviously, there's the steel cage that's going to be insane between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I'll be honest, I'm kind of overseeing Jey Uso.
Me too. I can't stand him. Can't stand anything about him.
I love Obafemi. But like seeing him versus Jey Uso, I'm like, I have no interest in that. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, that's going to be entertaining, but don't really have my heart set in that. I'll be honest. The WWE is just not hitting right now.
It's been struggling, dude.
It's been struggling hard. And don't get me wrong, I got my WrestleMania 40 little muscle shirt. I was there, baby. I was there on the floor.
And here you are hating on the product. Look at you.
Yeah,
What a wrestling fan.
I'm a true fan, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's just I don't know. I don't know if it's the storylines or just the in-ring production. It's just not hitting.
No, I mean, even like the Bloodline segments, it's like we're 6 years deep, and you're just wondering when is the tide gonna turn on some of these stories. You're just like wondering, like, where's the payoff? What,
I
like,
feel like it's not going to end unless somebody dies.
well, yeah, what are we building to? And that's what I hate. I hate feeling like we're just mindlessly running through it. And I do feel like Jey Uso wins this, unfortunately, but it does set up. I think the card should be enjoyable, and I say should because I've been very down in the past. So if you follow me on Twitter and whatnot, I typically will complain a lot.
Twitter
as
handles
wrestling fan.
right
Yes,
down
there you
here.
go. Right there. There you go.
Nope. There you go. There you go.
Well, yours is backwards on we're on each other's screens. I think that's right. I don't actually know. But
It looks good to me.
But the yes, King of the Ring finals and a couple other great matches. 2 p.m. Saudi Arabia on ESPN Unlimited. So if you want to pay $30 for that one, feel free to do so. Speaking about paying money, if you like what you see here on Barbershop on Broad and you'd like to get your logo, maybe you want to get your business talked about a little bit. If you want to get us to push your product, reach out, email us, DM us, either of our Twitter handles. There, you can reach out to any of us. Our glorious executive producer Ben Goldstein is also available. So again, any information you need for that one, just reach out. We'll make that happen for you guys here on Barbershop on Broad. And I believe that may wrap it up, Gus.
Yeah, well, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I got a couple things to say. Obviously, we can't finish off
TV
without
shows.
talking about what we're watching. But before that, obviously, with the whole sponsorships and everything, back when we were on the live air radio waves, we would every sports season, Phillies and Eagles, we would do a little prop bet, you and me. I think what better way than continue it with the Eagles season, you and me, prop bet, let our listeners follow along and track it here. And then obviously we always would have the loser would have to buy the winner some food, a meal. We can do some sponsorships possibly there, shout out businesses. We
Sponsor
should try
the prop bet, and then when I inevitably lose again, we can cash that in.
We'll videotape it. I'll edit it together. We'll show the whole video right here on the pod.
Yes,
it'll be amazing.
You know what? That's a great idea. I think
we're going to try to figure out an Eagles prop bet for this year, but I think what better way than to keep the tradition alive?
Yes,
right here on the Barbershop on Broad.
I like it, and then we'll get the sponsor involved. They will obviously sponsor the endeavor, and again, I expect to fully lose because I'm 0-3 at this point, and I've been trying hard not to lose. But I don't know if the winning gene. I don't see. Again, I'm not the betting guy. I don't win a lot, so maybe this contest just seems to benefit us a little bit more than me.
I'm 3-0 in it, I think. Am I 3-0?
You are. And don't be overlooking me because I am determined to pick up my first win. No matter what the prop bet may be, I am determined. So. It is going to be an electric football season, of course, still grinding through training camp, but you got the Phillies, Sixers, Flyers.
Yeah, no Eagles news yet. We're like in the slums. We're at this point. We're just like at that moment. We're just waiting for training camp. Yes, OTAs are done. We got nothing. Devontae Smith had a wedding. Jalen Hurts was there. Line danced. AJ Brown was there. Did AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts talk at all? We don't know.
Maybe a little head nod, a little. It's like kind of like
saw Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts do a little line dancing, and it looked like Jalen Hurts was actually having fun, so that's good. But obviously, we cannot finish a Barbershop on Broad episode without talking about what we're watching. Steven, what are you watching?
I am actually rewatching The Office, but this time the Superfan episodes. I never really got into them initially.
What the hell is a Superfan episode?
They're extended episodes, and there's scenes that are cut out of the original series or
How do you watch
reduced.
This?
It's on Peacock, so with the original Office. So yeah, it's actually if you type in The Office, you'll have the regular series we're used to seeing, but then there's also one the next one with a blue box saying Superfan episodes, and it's every episode, but there's extended scenes more drawn out. Like it kind of ties in some of the jokes that were cut in the abbreviated cable version.
I don't think I'm ever
seen.
gonna rewatch the regular Office. Then this sounds so much better.
It's so far. I'm in season 2. I think I just started season 2. I love it. It's like watching a new show almost because I kind of remember the premise, but there's added
But
stuff
there's
there that
so much
I
stuff
never
that
saw.
you know. Yeah.
So I highly
Very
recommend it if you
interesting.
like The Office. What about you?
Still watching my trash reality TV.
Third week in a row. Okay.
Dude. So I'm on season 5 of the original Jersey Shore. It's getting intense.
Are
Mike
they
Straws and
back
comma.
in Jersey?
They're back in Jersey. They just left Italy. They're back in Jersey now.
Right.
The situation's causing drama. Somebody, now that I'm older, he is going through hard, drug stuff. Now that I'm older and I can tell and I know what it looks like. Crazy. It is so entertaining. And then I think we are like 2 weeks, 3 weeks into Love Island. That's getting juicy. Casa Amor just started. The boys and girls split up. Excuse me. The boys got new girls. The girls were watching them kiss the new girls. The guys were saying some stupid stuff. It was amazing. But yeah, besides
I can't relate
that,
to any of that. I don't watch Love Island or anything like that.
I don't think any of our viewers would either. But
I trust that
I'll give
it's
them skinny.
I trust it's a good show though. I do hear a lot about it.
I've already told myself though, after Jersey Shore watching the original show, I'm going to start watching The Family Vacation again, just because I rewatched the original one. Now I want to watch them now and see.
Yeah,
it,
I think
better.
I dipped out of The Family Vacation about 3 years ago, but it was good.
I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I was like, I can't. This is too much now.
It just got boring. Like they're not as crazy as they used to be. So like,
no, they're
why am I
families.
watching?
They're like parents. So it's like,
yeah, I'm like you guys are old now.
They're not taking shots. They're drinking wine, sipping on it.
They're going to bed early. I was like,
but
this is not fun.
The new Spider-Man trailer came out a couple of days ago. If you can't see it with our viewers, I got my Marvel tattoo.
Yeah, you gotta explain it because remember, not everybody's watching us.
Yeah, nobody's ever watching. So I'm showing on the screen right now. I got Iron Man, Spider-Man's hand, Thor's hammer, and Captain America's shield tattooed on me. I'm that big of a superhero guy. Spider-Man's one of my go-to. My case used to be Spider-Man. It broke, but the new trailer looks insane. The new Spider-Man looks so good. At the very end, it said tickets on sale now. I bought tickets already.
Speaking about being on sale, GTA 6 pre-order tomorrow, so keep that in mind.
I'm just gonna wait for that to come out. I haven't bought a new game in forever. I can't tell you the last time I even logged into my Xbox.
I'm telling you, this is a game you're gonna worth playing. This is a generational game.
I told this with my friends. We joked around. I'm like, just talking about how expensive games are nowadays. And I said, well, I was like, well, if there's anything, GTA could be $200, and I would buy that still. It's that it's
the
game.
So the regular edition is 70. The ultimate edition is 100.
What do we get with the ultimate? Are they naked?
There's exclusive access to body shops for cars, clothing, tattoos, stuff like that. Like it's behind kind of a paywall. Like the base game, you won't get that stuff. So
yeah, I don't know.
I'd say it's definitely worth it. So keep that in mind. But as my dog is going a little crazy there, I think that's
my dogs were going crazy earlier, and I didn't want to.
That may be the sign to wrap it up here on Barbershop on Broad. But we appreciate everybody listening. We can't wait to have you in next week right here on Barbershop on Broad. Powered by
It's been a great episode. Awesome episode.
Great one. Episode 9 of the books.
My people.
Episode 10. Here we come. We'll see you guys next week.